Have you ever hit a huge goal, the one you've been working toward for months, maybe even years, only to find that the feeling of satisfaction, it just vanishes almost the second you get it? If you feel like you're on this constant treadmill of achievement, always chasing that next thing, well, you're definitely not alone. And it turns out there's an ancient concept that explains exactly what's going on. See, that feeling of never quite arriving, of never feeling done, it's not a sign that you've failed or that you're ungrateful, it's a sign that you're trapped. You're caught in a really powerful illusion, one that is so convincing it feels just like reality.
So let's break this illusion down. It's especially potent for high achievers. You've built the career, you've got the reputation. On paper, everything looks perfect. But internally, there's that little nagging feeling, isn't there? That something is just missing.
Does any of this sound familiar? That thrill of the win, it lasts for a moment, maybe a day, and then your eyes are already scanning the horizon for the next mountain to climb. That constant sense of being behind, of not being enough, even when everyone around you is telling you how successful you are. This isn't just everyday stress, it's a very specific kind of trap.
And here is maybe the most important part of this whole thing. If this resonates with you, it is not because you're broken. It's not because you're doing something wrong. It means you've simply fallen into a trap that's so universal, so common to the human experience, that it was given a name centuries ago.
And to really understand this trap, we have to look to an ancient Japanese concept. It perfectly captures this very modern feeling of high-functioning anxiety, and it holds the key to finally understanding it.
It's called Fuko no Sakan. It translates literally to the slope of unhappiness. And what a perfect metaphor, right? Think about it. A slope that you're always climbing up, but paradoxically, it only leads to more dissatisfaction. It's that whisper in your ear that says, don't worry, real happiness, real fulfillment, it's waiting for you at the next summit, just after this next achievement.
But how does this slope actually work? How does it keep us so effectively trapped in this loop? Let's break down the mechanics of this relentless cycle.
It always starts with striving. You work hard, you sacrifice, you push yourself to reach a new peak. And then you do it. You get there. And for a moment, there's this wave of relief. But almost immediately, your gaze shifts. And you see the next peak, which is always just a little bit higher. That beautiful satisfaction evaporates, and it's replaced by that old familiar dissatisfaction. And so, the climb begins all over again. The slope just keeps going.
So if climbing higher and higher only makes the slope steeper, what's the solution? Well, the answer isn't to climb faster. It's not to find a different, better mountain. The answer is to get off the slope entirely.
This is the fundamental shift, the real aha moment. When you're on the slope, your mind is trained to see happiness as a destination. It's always up ahead, always just out of reach. But stepping off the slope means realizing that fulfillment was never actually at the summit. It's been right here, all along, on the ground. It's found in the journey itself, not at the destination.
And maybe the most powerful part of this whole idea is that the solution isn't another thing to achieve. There's no complex 10-step plan you have to follow. The cure is simply awareness. The moment you can see the pattern, the moment you realize, oh, I'm on the slope, that's the moment you begin to take its power away.
Now, this doesn't mean you have to reject ambition or give up on your goals. Not at all. It's really about changing the why behind them. It's the difference between chasing something from a place of contentment, where you actually appreciate the process, versus chasing it from a place of deficit, where you believe you're incomplete without it. It's just a new way of seeing your life and your success.
So, the question I want to leave you with is this. Take a second to look at your own life, your own ambitions. What slope are you on? And are you ready to step off?